In this video, we're going to create 1, 2, 3 popular easy transitions right here in Premiere Pro. Hey, what's going on, internet? This is Josh Noel from SonduckFilm. Welcome to our channel. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. So transitions are awesome. Everyone's going to use them. I'm going to show you how you can easily create some in your favorite video editor, which I hope is Premiere Pro, and we're going to go ahead and do that right now. To start off our tutorial, we're going to create a seamless transition that can swipe in any direction. Alright, so we have 2 clips here, and we want to create a transition between them. What we want to do is click on new item icon and create an adjustment layer. Click OK. And we'll put this adjustment layer above our clip. And what we want to do is right click our adjustment layer and click on nest. And you can call this adjustment. And click OK. And when you have your adjustment layer nested, right click it and click on adjustment layer. So you're probably thinking, why will we nest an adjustment layer to make an adjustment layer if it already is an adjustment layer? It's just how the process works. I want to be able to create the smoothest, seamless transition that we can create. And if you just use a regular adjustment layer, we're going to have some effect problems. But if you nest it and you just do the process I just did, you're going to have a super smooth transition. And that's what it's all about. So what we want to do is start our transition a little bit towards the end of our first clip, obviously. Then we're going to want to go to our video effects, go to stylize, and we'll grab replicate. All right, we'll apply that to our adjustment layer. You see you get 4 screens here, pretty cool. And we can just bring this up here to the effects controls, and you see we have replicate here. We'll set this to 3. All right, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna type in transform in our effects, and we'll grab the transform effect here, and what we're gonna do is set the scale to 300. And we'll put the transform effect above the replicate effect. Awesome. All right, and then we'll grab the transform effect again. All right, there it is. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the beginning of our clip here, adjustment layer, and we'll add a keyframe for position, and we'll move past the second clip, and this is where we can, go in one direction here and have it slide down to the next clip here. So you can see we have a cut here because of the replicate effect. Just go ahead and make sure you move the Y position or the X position. You don't have to do going up and down. You can do left and right, and just make sure that that's perfectly where it's supposed to be. And what we're going to do is select both these keyframes, right click them, go to temporal interpolation, try to say that really fast, and click on auto bezier. Alright, we can open up the position right here by clicking the icon, and we can select our keyframes, and we can kind of see, we can zoom in here. We'll have these vertices, and we can kind of create this like S curve here, so it'll kind of slow down towards the end, and it'll be very smooth. Then another thing I want to do is uncheck use composition shutter angle and set the shutter angle to 360. And then we can speed up our transitions just by adding in like another swipe through this, and just making sure that's where it needs to be. That's nice. Coming together, we have a very nice subtle motion blur. Here we're still going to work on it. So one more thing we're going to add to help make this a little bit more seamless is we're just going to go ahead and create just a normal adjustment layer, and we'll put this above our current transition just like this. All right, and then we'll go up to effects, and we'll go to video effects, we'll go to blur and sharpen, and we'll grab a directional blur. We'll put it on top, in our new adjustment layer. And right at this moment, we can maybe add a keyframe for blur length. Go to the end of our transition, which will be like right here. We'll add a keyframe there, and we'll go between the 2 middle keyframes, and we can set the blur length up to like 40 or so. Nice. We have a very nice seamless transition between these 2 shots, and that looks awesome. So we have the seamless swipe transition out of the way. Let's talk about how to do a zoom transition. All right, so to create this next transition, all we're going to do is alt click our current adjustment layer that we've created, and this will duplicate it, and we'll put it over our new set of clips here. I'm going to go ahead and just delete everything. So we have that regular adjustment layer that we nested. So to start this off, we'll just go ahead and add a basic transform effect, and we'll add that right there. Okay, we'll go ahead and move our adjustment layer to that playhead right there, so we know that's where it's going to start. And we'll add a keyframe for scale, and we'll move forward to the cut, which will be right here, and we'll set the scale inward. So we'll be zooming into the shot, and you can uncheck use composition shutter angle again and set that down to 360 or up to 360. So what we're going to do here is we're going to trim up the out point of our transition here, our adjustment layer. And then what we need to do is take our adjustment layer, alt click it, and we can drag it, and we'll create a duplicate just like this. Okay. And all we're going to do is delete the transform effect. All right. And we'll go ahead and reapply it. And then we'll go ahead and type in replicate, and we'll go ahead and put that effect above the transform effect. All right, make sure you set the count up to 3, just like before. What we're gonna do is add a keyframe for scale, and we'll move forward in time, and we'll set the scale up to 300. All right, you can uncheck use composition shutter angle, set that up to 360. We'll go ahead and drag this out by a little bit. And just to match the speed, we made the second transition just a little bit longer by dragging out the keyframe. And then you can go ahead and you can apply that blur that we created in the first one on top of everything. So one thing we can do to help enhance this effect and make it more seamless, as you can see you have multiple frames here, is we can come back to our effects and we'll type in mirror. All right, and we'll apply that effect right above our transform effect. And we'll set our reflection angle to 90 degrees. And we'll go ahead and bring down the Y value until you can kind of start covering up those actual cuts in the clip, okay? And then we can duplicate it or copy, paste it, and then it'll be at the bottom here, put it above the transform effect, and set it to negative 90 degrees. And we'll just adjust the Y value until you can get rid of that seamless cut. So pretty much the seamless cut has been taken care of, and then with your blur effect is going to be completely unnoticeable. And if you run towards the end of this clip, you might get a little extra mirroring. Just go ahead and adjust the Y value until that's not noticeable, because the goal is just to cover up the cut. And then right your last keyframe, just make sure you cover up the out point of your clip. So we run through this, boom, we have a very nice seamless transition that works for a nice zoom in effect. And to finish off this tutorial, I want to talk about creating a glitch RGB effect with our transitions. I'm going to take our original transition and I'm going to apply the RGB look to it. It's really easy to do this. So what we'll do is grab our 2 layers here, adjustment layer with the blur and our transition, and I'm going to move that 1 layer up so we have a clean layer here. And then we can grab like another adjustment layer. I'll just grab one from our project window since we have plenty of them created, and I'll just bring this to our timeline. So we'll grab our adjustment layer, and what we're going to want to do is we'll go to effects and we'll type in tint, and we'll grab that and put that in there. All right, and we'll change our map to black to red, or any color in that case, and we'll set our map to white to black. Click OK. There where it says blend mode, change this to like hard light. And then let's go and type in emboss into our effects, and we'll grab that and bring it to our adjustment layer, and we'll change the direction to 100, set the relief to 5, and we can decrease the contrast to like 50. All right, and then we'll go ahead and type in one more effect, and we'll type in offset, and we'll bring that right underneath everything. And then we can just change the offset in any direction that we want. So you go over like by a few points, maybe we'll type in like 965, and you see we get more of a nice RGB look here. And what we can do is we can just add random keyframes here. So we can add a keyframe for shift center 2, move forward by like a little bit, and we can hold down control on our keyboard and kind of just easily shift this over by a little bit. And this will add a nice glitch effect to our clip. And you could go crazier on the offset, which will obviously make a bigger difference, but just a slight RGB effect to help us put this all together. And if you want, you can increase the contrast on the emboss, or you can even play with the relief. And these will help with your RGB look overall to help enhance that transition even more. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to create the transitions we talked about in this video, but it can take a little bit of time, even though you can copy and paste them. So, I highly suggest taking a look at several Premiere Pro transitions packs that have some of the best transitions in them. And 2 of these Premiere Pro transitions packs that I use have over 1,000 plus transitions within them, and they range from every category that you can possibly want, from seamless pan transitions to RGB glitch transitions to even flare transitions. You have pretty much every category that you would want for a transitions pack, and they're all highly made right here inside of Premiere Pro. And you can easily apply the transitions very quickly with a drag and drop on top of your footage, and boom, you have one very awesome seamless transition. So if you want to be able to apply some of the best transitions to your footage really fast, make them seamless, make your videos awesome, and just save a tremendous amount of time, you can check our links in the description to several Premiere Pro packs that I use to help me speed up my workflow and help me create some very seamless and beautiful transitions. So those are 3 ways that we can create some nice transitions right here in Premiere Pro. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, because we post multiple post-production tutorials every single week right here on the channel. You can also hit me up on my social media networks. Those links are in the video description, and always be creating.